In my quest video, I kind of had a tongue-in-cheek joke on the thumbnail. I put a joke of people asking me when you should upgrade. It's based off a certain League of Legends joke, but basically the joke asks, when should I upgrade? And my full answer goes as the following. If your opponent is upgrading, you should upgrade as well. If you're strong in tempo and you're going to win the next fight, you should take advantage and upgrade. If you're losing, you might as well upgrade since nothing you'll buy will help you out. While this is mostly a joke, there's some truth to this. They all have something in common when making your decision, and that is, upgrade when there's nothing left you need in your current tier. Leveling up to tier 5 is not much different from making the decisions you make when doing 3-on-3 or skipping to tier 4 in standard curve. You do it because the cards offered to you aren't going to help you and you need to upgrade to find something better. Let's say I got plenty of tempo from Soul Juggler, Mechano Tank, or any big minion I may have. While these may make me strong now, it's eventually going to fall off in power, so I really need to find a win condition. In this case, we have to level up for a number of reasons. Number 1, if we triple, we upgrade early to get that out of the way. Number 2, we are really strong right now, so there's nothing much else we can do with our gold. It's better to upgrade right now. And number 3, we can find a win condition by upgrading. With our strong tempo build, we won't take much damage at all, so we're better off finding a way to keep ourselves strong with an actual win condition. But even in a losing position, it's still not a bad idea. Sometimes tier 4 minions are just not going to help out. No matter how many cards you get, it won't help you at all at making a build much more stronger than your opponents. Leveling up now, before the damage cap gets removed, can help you out in the long run. However, there are times where you don't level up to tier 5. It's when there are no cards you want on tier 5. There's plenty of tier 5 minions that require you to need other cards to set up for a proper build. For example, let's take a look at this mistake I made. I upgraded with the mindset that I'm strong since I have Evil Twin, and that there isn't anything at tier 4 that can help me out. Since the tribes are demons, elementals, mechs, nagas, and quillboars, there aren't actually any tier 5s that can really help out with my current build. My board is a mishmash of random cards with little synergy. So even if I got a win condition like Lil Rag, Critter Wrangler, Agam, or Brand, I still need to find plenty of other cards to form a proper build. The correct thing to do was to stay behind, set up some cards with synergy, and to get a triple to discover a tier 6. Of course, there are other reasons why you want to stay behind. Either there's nothing you want at tier 5 or tier 6, and diluting the pool with other cards will ruin the consistency of the cards you're trying to find, or you just can't afford it because you're too weak and the build you got right now is good enough to get you a top 4. Another reason is that you have various ways to find triples, but you're only looking for a certain tier 5 minion, and you'd rather use the discoveries to find those. All these are aspects you need to keep in mind on whether or not you should upgrade or not. Going to tier 6 is similar. You upgrade to get certain cards you need, triples that need to get done, or win conditions that you didn't have access to before. But the cost for this is much more high and harder to figure out without experience. Getting a golden tier 6 minion is rare, but necessary for plenty of builds. Some builds do fine with its passive stats, so it's somewhat safe to upgrade. Assuming you got a decent amount of health and your opponent isn't high rolling, Famished Felbat, Walking Fort, and Tragra are cards that give you passive stats. As long as you have the right minions to go with them, you can use your gold to upgrade. But plenty of the other win conditions all need certain cards. You're best off trying to round out your build, then go for tier 6 golden minions. Even if there is a tier 6 that you want paired up with your win condition, it's optional and you can find alternatives. Kalecgos is the only exception though. He severely needs another Kalecgos or Nadina, and he doesn't care what dragons he has as long as they're dragons. But he also needs the gold to buy specific types of minions. Seriously, Kalecgos is such a flawed design card, Blizzard really just needs to rework dragons already. Okay, rant over. I hope you all learned something about this. Upgrading has its consequences. As you keep playing the game, it starts becoming more and more obvious on when you should proceed with it. Be sure to dissect and assess why it works, and why it doesn't work. If you got blown up, figure out why. Was it too risky? Were you looking for the wrong cards? But if it went well, understand also why that is the case. maybe you save yourself some gold that was better off upgrading rather than rolling mindlessly. These are ways you can improve and further understand your gameplay. Thank you all for watching. Please give the video a like and subscribe to my channel. If you're interested in coaching, just for $12 an hour, I can coach you on anything you need to know about Battlegrounds through Medify or WeCoach. And also, if you like my videos, please consider donating to my Ko-fi so I can keep making them. And if you want to know what I'm working on next, or just my thoughts on the current state of Battlegrounds, please follow my Twitter. See you all next time, and hope to see you all climb.